want to talk about your relationship.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah? How, and it's Robert, right?
Yes.
How does Robert, this is kind of two prongs. How does he prop you up? And how does he bring you down to earth?
We have actually been having trouble finding that balance because recently it's been a little hard for him to reconcile my past, and that has caused some issues in the relationship. And we're working through it and trying to communicate and trying to just ease any discomfort or, you know, it's really hard. He has never been used to this many eyes and this many voices, and it got to him a little bit, and it's been really hard for us to get through, but we're working on it. So the whole propping up and bringing back down to earth, there's a little bit too much bringing down to earth right now and not enough propping up, and we're just trying to find that balance.
So is that something that it's been because of this most recent situation of the back and forth, or has it been kind of building up, or it's this line?
Yeah, it's been this recently. I think it started around when Rami came out, and I really started feeling comfortable speaking out because people started actually listening to me. And yeah, we've been working through it since. And I would say the toughest for him is when he posts about me. The backlash is pretty bad, and he has trouble dealing with that. But at the same time, I don't feel supported when he just remains silent on a lot of things. So we've been trying to work through some internalized shame that's being projected and figuring out what exactly is the root cause, and trying to just cut out anything that would invite unnecessary voices in, which is very hard when I'm trying to be so vocal about everything. It's really difficult. It causes a strain in our relationship, but I feel like our relationship is strong enough to get through it. It's just this is tough right now, as it would be for anybody. I don't think I would expect anyone to just be completely okay with all of the comments and attention and photos and emails and videos that my partner receives.
Well, so I was gonna say, when you say you want him to, did you say you want him to defend more or be more outspoken? How do you mean?
Just not defend more, be more outspoken. Nothing too polarizing, because he does still have his career to watch out for. But I just pure silence doesn't work for me.
Sure. Just as because it's not just like you're saying something; it's because you're also on the receiving end of like onslaught.
Yeah, it feels like all of this work I'm trying to do to change outside opinion, I don't want to have to do at home either.
And so, okay, so that kind of goes back to the idea of true love being unconditional. Do you think that's why like that word came to mind? Yeah. That's always been my like North Star for what love is, though, just unconditional love. Because I've had this issue in past relationships where I was kept a secret and hidden, and there was a lot of shame surrounding me for certain parts of my partner's life. And I was only allowed to meet, this one group, like his lacrosse teammates and his friends from outside, school, work, personal family life. So I was very embedded into one circle of friends and kept a secret from the rest of their life. So I've always been sensitive to just the word unconditional love and what it truly means. And that's my bare minimum. Right. Unconditional. It is interesting that it's popping up this way, because it feels like obviously there's been a big difference over the last 4 years. It feels like the world is a little bit more sex positive. It feels like any sort of like the adult natured stuff is more commonly accepted as more people do things more in line with like an OnlyFans and stuff like that. But is when the onslaught, or when that's received, is it more just accusations of connected to the Bang Bros accusations that you're lying?
No, it's honestly just people trying to be assholes and send him stuff from my past.
Yeah. God.
And when it's unsolicited and unexpected, I mean, it can you can't control your psyche when you see something that you're not braced for.
So I guess like when that happens, what do you try and say, or what would you hope would be the thought process for your partner?
These people are incels, and this is ridiculous. It's from, half a decade ago. That's the only thought process that should happen. But that's also me having high expectations, and not everybody is going to just be, oh, okay. That's like someone telling me, I don't have anxiety. Everything's fine. Thank you so much. I'm ready to take on the world.
So, okay, but so you're kind of going through what you would think would be not the training, but like maybe the education process of how to deal for something. Because was he really involved in social media before?
Yeah, he was, to the extent of, he's a world-renowned chef and has had a lot of eyes on him. Like, he was on covers of magazines in Sweden and in Europe, and he's won awards, and he's just incredible and very well known, even like long before me. Like, that's how I met him. I met him because I found him on Instagram. So it's been, recently I would say it all started last year when I first started talking about this openly.
That sounds rough, man.
Yeah, couples therapy is great. That's what makes a marriage stronger. Like, the foundations are being built right now. We're setting boundaries for each other. Like, we got married after dating for a year and a half. We're learning together, and that's okay. Like, at his core, I know that he is the person for me, and he's the right person for me. And I'm not going to fault him for going through something that I feel any normal person would go through if they're not prepared for it.
So you're going through this with the mindset of, I know you're my person. You're not where I want us to be right now, or you to be right now with what's happening to me and us. And so that's what makes this, hard, bearable. Because the option of not being together isn't like even an option in your head.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to jump ship just because he's struggling. And that's what it comes down to. Like, he is struggling with shame internally, and it's being misplaced and projected. And I mean, not everyone has the tools and the resources to know how to deal with that and how to get across it, which is why I think therapy is incredible.
Yeah. No, I don't think fucking anybody, like, your situation's such a, it's a thing that happens, right? As far as like the online attacks, but it's like, it's at a fucking it's very incomparable